Championship. Albert Friend is 3rd in this year's British Championship. In KARTMASTERS last year, Kenzo Craigie finished 4th in this event. Jarrett Clark, 7th. Lights are out. We're off and racing. It's a good start from Kenzo Craigie on the pole. Everybody else dives to the inside line to get the best run through the Bruno Ferrari S's on lap number 1. It's Craigie leading, Cole Denham 3rd, and Albert Friend, Cole Denham 2nd, and Albert Friend in 3rd. They're all safely through the banking and onto the bridge for the first time.
Albert Friend tried to go for a move for P2 there over the bridge, failed there, still in P3. You could see from the start of this race how different it was to the others as they go single file under the bridge and now into the braking zone. Rocco Shenton down the inside there. Gets past Emerson McAndrew-Urin for one of the midfield spots. And again, more carts just going through side by side again for second place as Denham tries to fend off, and 2 carts up.
That's Luca Ballack up over the back of the number 99 of Ethan Griffiths. That is... go on, Ethan, live.
Go on, lad.
Oh, he's a strong Welshman, is Ethan Griffiths. And both gesticulating to their parents there back in the grandstand. Although Ethan Griffiths is there. Oh.
Ethan Griffiths gets out, pulls the card up.
He has his bad breath in the morning, does Ethan Griffiths. So at the end of lap number 1, now look at the lead that Kenzo Craigie goes. That is the most un-Honda Cadet-like lead that you'll ever see.
It will be, and it's not necessarily a good thing because, like we say, if drivers work together, they will close that gap. But at the moment, they're not working together. The 2 Synergy drivers are trying to weed out the SFR Motorsport driver of Albert Friend. So Jarrett Clark and Cole Denham now put themselves up into P2, P3 as they come down the hill.
Well, again, now the drivers, there you go, the 55 of Jarrett Clark, the 10 of Cole Denham, they're starting to work together. There's a phrase used to describe Kenzo Craigie. One of the words is duck, and the other one is sitting, because he's going to be driving along, he's going to be braking the air over his crash helmet, and there's going to be, no slipstream effect. Watch so that Jarrett Clark, he's braking the airflow. Denham is just tucked underneath Jarrett Clark, all the air. That's going to give his car a little bit of extra power, and just like NASCAR, that's going to push him along, and it's going to push him into the rear end of Jarrett Clark's kart, and it's going to give Jarrett a little bit of extra speed, and the next thing you know, it's like a 4-stroke freight train, and Kenzo Craigie is the rabbit in the headlights.
Yeah, it will have to work super hard to try and hold that gap. Now, what is the gap right now? It is 0.4 of a second. Keep a close eye on that delta as the lap proceeds all the way through this. Still 9.5 minutes to go, plus that 1 lap. Plenty of time in this race, but the 2 Synergy drivers are now starting to battle side by side there. Cole Denham tries to get the move on Jarrett Clark. I don't know if he managed to get it done. He did not. That's going to allow Albert Friend to close back in. Charlie Wolfett, Shenton, Endicott, Clark, all of those drivers behind, and straight away, there we go.
Yep, so it took them half a lap to get, it took them about 3/4 of a lap to get themselves organised in a line and to move forward. Now, and there is somebody in the barriers up and out of their kart.
It's Starbuck.
Oh, that's Zach Starbuck, the Project 1 East Anglia driver, but at least he's up and out of his kart. We've also lost the number 64 kart of Charles Kitely. So, order, it's Jarrett Clark for Synergy, then it's the Zip of Kenzo Craigie, the SFR Motorsport machine of Albert Friend. 1, 2, 3. Where is Cole Denham? The answer is he's down to 5th position behind the E-plate hold, the privateer run Zip of Rocco Shenton.
Yes, indeed. Now, just a reminder for the ladies and gentlemen at home, this is a pre-final. This will determine the starting grid for the final later on today. So, wherever they finish is where they start later on. 8.5 minutes to go then, plus that 1 lap across the bridge. Kai Clark with the fastest lap of the race. He's currently in P8, and P8 is currently only 1.3 seconds from the race lead.
Look at this. Well, I'm glad Mike Spencer will be watching his Synergy racing karts. There goes Max Endicott in the number 18 kart, followed by Denham, Charlie Wolfett in the number 95, all trying to get past Rocco Shenton and just ease the E-plate hold, the English champion, out of the way. At the back of this group, privateer driver number 33, Emerson McAndrew-Urin. Grandad was a British touring car champion and 9 years old yesterday. That helmet he's wearing is a brand new crash helmet. He was absolutely over the moon when he got that. It was a surprise for him, and he was loving life, and he's driving like a driver that's just had a brand new crash helmet that he wasn't expecting. He is really, really putting in a strong performance. But you've got the Synergy Racing team are there in numbers, but you'll see Craigie and Friend, they're not teammates, but they'll be working together. Look at Albert Friend, that SFR, the Screed Flooring Racing entry of Friend, pushing that Zip kart machine along.
So 7 minutes to go. Albert Friend now with the fastest lap of the race in P3. Managing to close in now, and is Cole Denham, yeah, who's dropped down. So Cole Denham leading the British Championship at the moment, who has had, well, pretty much a flawless British Championship so far this year.
But last year, he only finished 20th in this race.
He did.
So there is unfinished business. There's the number 82 kart on your screen of Charlie Warren. We've got 28 karts still running. We've got 6.5 minutes to go. Anthony, I'll do a quick rundown of the order. If anything changed, just holler me.
All
it's
right.
Jarrett Clark, Kenzo Craigie, Albert Friend, first, second, third. Then it's Endicott, Denham, Shenton, Wolfett, Kai Clark, Noah Barham, and Emerson McAndrew-Uren rounding at the top 10. Canada's Jack Price is 11th, and Japan's Leotoro Sakai is 12th. Warren, Lapper, Balcher, Griffin, and Ryan White are up next. Mason Brooks, Harry Taylor, and Oliver Meek round out the top 20. The rest of the field: Oliver Warner, Sam Mott, Eva Morris, Charlie King, Scotland's Kieran Stewart, Luca Ballack, and Ethan Griffiths with Zach Starbuck at 28th after his spin. Phew.
Nothing happened.
Okay, good. That's why I did it when I did.
Yes, there we go. Now, Cole Denham with the fastest lap, 106.680, will have the momentum, won't have the ability to go for an overtake this time around, as there is a lot of space, a lot of empty space in between those two and Albert Friend. So, got to be very, very careful. He has got a long train closing in behind as well, so as soon as they start scrapping, I don't know, oh, is there a kart off at turn 1? There is a kart off at turn 1.
Up next to the barriers, it is Harry Taylor for the Callum Hargraves Drivers Development Team, but he's back in the kart and underway.
Good.
So, this lead group of 10. The lead group of 10 contains 2 privateers, 1 member of the Zip Factory team, 1 member of the SFR Motorsport team, and then 6, count them, 6 members of the Synergy Factory team. Somewhere in the paddock, Mike Spencer is finding his last remaining hair to pull out. And congratulations, Mike, on the birth of your young baby earlier this week or last week. Congratulations. Change on the banking? No? Yes? No?
Maybe.
Maybe? Sort of?
No.
No. They thought about it.
Thunk about it.
But then they thunk against it.
They did, yes. But that thinking and thunking has managed to mean that the pack has closed up, and Denham now funks about it and does it. He gets past Albert Friend, but Albert Friend fights back almost immediately and defends in towards hairpin 2, but not enough as Cole Denham comes back down the inside. Now the 18 of Max Endicott's coming into the fray. Now the E-plate of Rocco Shenton's coming into it as well. And now this is starting to heat up. 4.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, 1 week ago at Le Mans in France, the Rotax Max Challenge International Trophy, Albert Friend won the Micromax class, but then had a problem. There was a problem with his exhaust that they brought from the UK, and not their doing, but something had been wrong with the sealing of it, and it was excluded, so he has been there. And there is number 53. We saw him spin earlier, Harry Taylor, 25th in this event a year ago. He'll be starting the Grand Prix later on from further back than 25th.
28th.
So Albert Friend is hungry for success. Albert is. Craigie sitting behind Jarrett Clark. Jarrett Clark has been on the podium at every round of the British Championship so far this year, and comes into this event as the second place driver in the British Championship. Kenzo Craigie's only 7th in the British Championship, but has been a lot quicker than that. The problem that Kenzo's had is that he's been on his own at the front in terms of his team. He started the year with Ambition Motorsport. He's now moved over to Zip, and there's only been, he hasn't had any teammates up at the front, which means he's been forced to try and, take risks and things like that. And he's got himself involved in a few little incidents, trying to take the fight to the horde of Synergy drivers. But I have to say, at the back of this group, the youngest driver in this pack at the front, Emerson McAndrew-Uren, can't speak highly enough of how mature this driver is, because do you know what he's doing?
Go on.
He's doing nothing.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there.
Yeah.
He's allowing the drivers in front. He's in their slipstream, so he's still getting a little bit of a tow around. He's just following their lines, copying their lines. He does have to gain a couple, he needs to push on a little bit now. He's in danger of dropping off the back a little bit. But even if he drops off the back, look at the gap back to Leotoro Sakai. This group is 3 seconds in front of everybody else. And now here's the battle. Here comes Cole Denham to the inside of Kenzo Craigie for second place. Makes the move. Endicott moves up into third place. Friend gets run a little bit wide. Now, Friendicott? No. Friend and Shenton, they're 2 drivers who need to form an alliance.
Yes.
Shenton is the privateer zip driver. Friend is the only SFR driver, and he's just been spat out like yesterday's chewing gum coming out of the Fullerton S's there. But those are two of the drivers that need to form an alliance to work together, because you know that the Synergy team are all going to work together. There they are in perfect unison. The 95 of Wolfit, the 76 of Kai Clark, and the 22 of Noah Barham. They're just cruising around, pushing each other along, like Cole Denham and Jarrett Clark are doing there. Kenzo Craigie is just hanging around that plain white crash helmet, runs the outside of Uncle Tyrone's banking, and it almost three wide. There goes Kenzo Craigie from the outside down low to the inside. Third, second, into first place, 90 seconds to go. Kenzo back at the front.
Yep, this is a nice place to be, but you've got to be so careful when you've got a train of especially Synergy karts behind you, because those three, it is only the pre-final, they will still work together in this one. It's only when it comes to the Grand Prix finals later, that's where it takes an effect, and now Cole Denham goes to the move on Kenzo Craigie. Craigie's on the outside line here. Look further back there, Rocco Shenton, he's got a nice queue of Synergy karts behind him as well. Now, look at that. From getting those 3 places, he's lost them immediately, only halfway around the lap.
And the back of this group, Emerson McAndrew-Uren has caught back up. Albert Friend, after getting forced wide there coming to the Fullerton S's, he's lost touch with the lead pack. It's now a 9-kart lead train with 45 seconds to go. Ryan White gets a warning flag. Behind this lead group, coming across the line, behind them, Leotoro Sakai continues to run in 11th place, followed by Jack Price, Charlie Warren, Albie Lapper, Jacob Bashland, Josh Griffin, Oliver Meek, and Mason Brooks. But all eyes on the front, Anthony.
Yes, indeed. Another change there as Kenzo Craigie gets back down the inside of Max Endicott, moves back up into P3. This is allowing now everyone to close in. This is what we saw last year in Honda Cadet as a change for the lead.
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't. So, looked like he was going for it. Thunk against it again.
Yep. And now they've found out why. The clock strikes 0. A lap and a half to decide the starting lineup for the 2022 Honda Cadet British Kart Grand Prix. And it's Craigie in second. Rocco Shenton goes around the outside, entering the Fullerton S's, and now he has to defend. And they're 2 and 3 wide. That's allowing the top 4 to get away. Here comes Kenzo Craigie up the inside. A little bit of wheel-to-wheel, side-by-side contact. And Denham is forced back to third. It's Craigie, Jarrett Clark, Denham, and in 4th position, it looks like it's going to be, is that Charlie Wolfit in the number 95? I believe it is. Then it's Shenton, McAndrew-Uren, Endicott Friend, Kai Clark and Noah Barham under the bridge for the final time. Out onto Uncle Tyrone's banking. Jarrett Clark in the number 55, chasing down Kenzo Craigie and sweeps across and almost takes his teammate out.
Yeah, Cole Denham very much closely on that inside curb, nearly got completely wiped out. Checks over his shoulder, can see that his teammate's still there, and there's another gap now forming. Craigie goes defensive into hairpin 1. The train forms behind. No moves into hairpin 1. Big look over the shoulder once again. Big look over the shoulder.
And around the outside of the second hairpin, Denham tries it but fails to make it move. And now up the inside, Jarrett Clark has got the momentum, but Kenzo Craigie cuts across. Craigie into the Fullerton S's. Jarrett Clark second, Denham in third, and Wolfit in fourth. Then it's Shenton in fifth. But Kenzo Craigie comes through Bobby Game corner. He's got a planted on the inside going into the Mike Wilson complex. And Denham and Jarrett Clark swap second and third. Denham's now in second, but Kenzo Craigie is going to come out in the final corner to win the Honda Cadet pre-final. And there's a lot of celebrating there in the crowd. And look at that as the 10 of them cross the line. The top 10 separated, Anthony, by 1.4 seconds. And the second back of karts was even bigger.
It was indeed. It was 11th all the way down to 22nd place there. Well, what a pre-final that was. And that was just a taster, ladies and gents, of what you're going to be expecting later on today for the Honda